This is the last day of our tax special. You still have until April 30th to file yours. Joining us now for some tax tips for the self-employed is Allan Madan, a chartered accountant and tax experts at Madan Chartered Accounting. Good to have you with us again.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about declaring a bonus for yourself. What's the tax benefit if you're self-employed of doing that?
Well, it's a very good question. Declaring a bonus at the company's year-end has two big advantages. Number one, the company can declare a deduction, get an expense, but not even pay the bonus. And number two, you don't have to include the bonus as the owner until you receive it.
I'm not quite sure what that means then.
Well, take it this way. Let's say your company is earning $100,000 and you want to pay a bonus of $50,000 to reduce the taxable income. The company could make that bonus payable to you as the owner, and you would not include the $50,000 until the company pays it to you. So in essence, you're getting a tax deduction now and deferring tax.
Okay, so then you would pay out that 50 grand down the road, and you said that you might not even have to pay it out at all.
Well, no, you do. There is a 6-month stipulation, so within 6 months it must be paid out. So it is a 6-month deferral.
What about non-cash gifts to employees?
You know what? I get asked that question lots of times. Yeah. And non-cash gifts up to $500 per employee are allowed. So non-cash gifts wouldn't include obviously cash or a gift card. And they should be given on special occasions to employees like a birthday, anniversary, or so forth.
Why is that relevant? Does the CRA say, hey, wait a minute, it wasn't that employee's birthday?
Exactly right. So they want to make sure that you're not trying to circumvent payroll because the non-cash gift is in fact tax-free to you as an employee. So there must be some sort of special purpose.
And that's a very interesting point too about the gift card. One might just think, oh, I can go off to the local store, pick up a card.
Right.
That counts as cash?
It does. It's no different than giving them $500. A gift card is equivalent to cash.
What about reducing dental or health costs?
Good question. A lot of small business owners require health and dental benefits but don't have the privilege of working for a Fortune 500 company. So what they can do is purchase health and dental premiums and get that paid directly through their company. It's not a taxable benefit to them, and the only catch is if you have other employees, you must extend the same benefits that you're getting to your other employees as well.
Equal on a level playing field?
Equal on a level playing field. So you can get the super deluxe AMG BMW package where you give your poor fellow the Ford Pinto.
Okay, so no Scrooge routines here.
No, none.
What about bringing in an apprentice or a co-op student? How does that play out tax-wise?
Again, a good question. There are lots of young and capable people out there who need an opportunity. And the government has created an incentive whereby if you hire a co-op or apprentice, you can receive a tax credit of up to 10% of the salaries paid to them. So it's a win-win both for the young person and for the employer.
We find ourselves at a lot of conventions here at the Business News Network.
Yes.
And there's a taxable benefit. There's a tax benefit associated with that. How do I go about as a self-employed individual declaiming all of those?
Well, you know, as any business owner, you have to be on top of your business, so it's important that you do attend conventions. And the government has stipulated that you can attend a maximum of 2 conventions per year and receive a write-off for the convention costs, the food, and the travel.
Only 2?
Only 2. There's been some abuse, so they have maxed it out at 2 per year.
All right. Now, that food being subject to a 50% limitation.
Absolutely.
So if I get myself some street meat outside of the Metro Convention Center in downtown Toronto, it costs me $3. I can only book $1.50?
Absolutely. There is a 50% limitation on food. But do remember, the bulk of the convention cost is the fees paid to attend the convention itself.
Okay, but what if I go across the street and have the lobster? Does it matter what the total bill is?
Well, it has to be reasonable in the CRA's viewpoint. Number one, are you attending a 5-star restaurant, and is it appropriate for you to be attending that? So you have to conduct yourselves in a fair and responsible manner.
So how do you establish what's fair and appropriate? Because if you're wining and dining a big potential client, you're going to want to take them to the lobster shop.
And absolutely. It's a question of fact. There's no hard and fast rule. And so the CRA examines this on a case-by-case basis.
Allan, great having you in. Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Mike.
Allan Madan, chartered accountant and tax expert at Madan Chartered Accounting.